increase my understanding. My daily bread, that amazing. I'm talking about precepts. Precept on precept, line upon line, Precept on precept, line upon line, babe. I can't keep explaining, can't study for you. I can't think of nothing. Wasn't nothing.
We are not a hate group. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Israel United in Christ is a nonviolent, Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat, as stated in Leviticus chapter 5, verse 1.
Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless. Welcome back to Precept Upon Precept. We've been gone for a minute. We had Officer Mikhail and team fill in. Myself and Captain Select Matt were on the quest along with our very own Officer Micah. And last week we had something. What happened last week? Reruns. Something happened. Yeah, Akim was sick, the guy. And all praises, we're back. Everybody, the whole team. Thank you. We had people say, hey, what's going on? Where are you? We appreciate y'all. So with that, we are your hosts. I'm Captain Shem.
Captain Matt. Officer Mikhail.
Officer Micah.
Yes. It's a healthy version, sisters. These sisters will be looking out for us. With that, we go straight to Officer Micah with the Watchman report.
Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless. Do not want to hold up the show. Tech team, let's roll. Let's get it. Pressure builds on Biden after Israel's strike kills dozens of civilians in Rafah. So now they telling them, it's a good article. You can read it, about 4 minutes. They killing civilians over in Rafah. Why is this summer's forecast is bad news for the U.S. after an exponentially disastrous start to the year? So the weather's not going to be that great. Make sure you stay prayed up, all right? Next article. House passes defense bill automatically registering men 18 to 26 for draft. This is a selective service, so you may want to go and read this because this is going to probably impact a lot of us. All right, next article, please. Kim Jong-un and Putin signs mutual defense pact at North Korea summit. They building allies. So with that, this concludes. Oh, yes, real quick. Hey, play it. You're not going to believe this. They hiring immigrants to be police after they wanted to defund the police. Just play the real quick, just a couple seconds of it.
Cities across America in the grips of a devastating police officer shortage. Now, some are recruiting illegal immigrants to try and fill that growing gap. Seattle is the latest city to advertise police officer jobs to DACA recipients.
All right, we can stop on that. They hiring immigrants to be police now. So I guess nobody want to do it. So I guess they want the immigrants to come in and police everybody now. So with that, this concludes the Watchman report.
Shalom, shalom, Israel, like we always do. After the Watchman report, we're going straight to the thumbnail. Tonight's show, Officer Mikhail created it using AI, and he's going to tell us what we got going on.
So the title of the show, as y'all see, is Hezbollah is hype while Putin plans. So we have a picture of Putin staring intently as he thinks on his plans, as he's, as y'all see in the news, if y'all are paying attention. He's been working with North Korea, and you see Hezbollah in the back there getting hype and ready for war because they're about to turn up. They're about to turn up, and we're going to talk about it tonight.
All praise to the Most High, Israel. It's been a minute, so let's get right into it. Let's pull up number one. As we go into tonight's show, it's about Hezbollah and the war on the Lebanon-Israel front. But Esau's kingdom throughout different parts of Europe and the U.S. is continuing to divide. Watch what this is a Caucasian, and Albania is a Caucasian country. They're mixed with a couple of different things, but primarily Albanians are Caucasians. Albania, if you pull up a map real quick, pull up a map of Albania so we know. It's somewhere near Greece. It's in the greater Greece area. You'll see. Okay. Just to show you that this Albania, what he's about to drop, he says what Chavez said, but they killed Chavez when he said it smells like sulfur in the room when it was watch what this guy's about to say. Other white people are talking about other white people. This is how you know Esau is at the end of his line. They played a video in the meantime. I didn't, and that's not their fault. I didn't give them. You got the map right there. Okay, do the video. Do the video. You could pull up a map of Greece and it'll show you. Okay, there we go. That's fine. So if you look, Greece is a large peninsula. There's Italy. It's not the greatest map, but Albania is right pretty much in between Greece and Italy. These are white folks, okay? So just to show you, this guy is going to be talking to, I believe it's the Secretary of State, one of them. Watch the video. Watch what this guy says, another Edomite about another Edomite. Watch this.
Major devils. United States.
Wait, rewind it. Wait, rewind it. Yo, listen. This is a European, a white man from the Prime Minister of Albania talking to Blinken, a representative of the United States, which is a white-run country. Watch what he says about the United States of America right in front of the guy. And the guy doesn't really know how to take it. Is this the very beginning? Beautiful. Play.
Major devils. United States.
No, stop. He said these are the three major devils. See, it was cut off. Three major devils. Then he starts to talk, and he's pointing at the guy. Blinken's like, what the hell's going on? He doesn't know what he thinks it's scripted. It's not. Play it again.
Major devils. United States. Soviet Union. And Israel. So, in other words, American imperialism, Soviet social imperialism, and Jewish Zionism.
So, not only is Poland, not only was Hungary, not only is Albania, they are against American imperialism. Before the war started with Ukraine and Russia, there were protests in many European cities saying, NATO's gotta go. It's crumbling right before our eyes. Now, go to number, I think it's 9, Officer Akiem. It's going to show you, it's about 4 or 5 minutes, and it's going to be, watch what the president, he's a lead guy in parliament of Poland. Poland, another Caucasian country. Watch what he does to a so-called Jewish menorah. Watch this. This is redacted. This is our
appear
boy
to be
Morris.
fed up with globalist policies, fed up with NATO, fed up with the Ukrainianization of Poland, and they voted overwhelmingly, yes, a record number of votes for the newest member of the European Member of Parliament, and that man is Gregory Brown. Now, you might remember, made international headlines.
Real quick. So, pause. So, just to be clear, this is a Caucasian man, newly elected in Parliament. This is how bad the people of Poland, they elected him with a landslide victory. Watch what he does with a fire extinguisher in an office with other white people, and he douses it. It's not on fire like it's going to catch the whole building on fire. He just wanted to put the fire out because he knows it represents Zionism and the oppression of what the Israelis are doing to Palestine. These white people are not having it anymore. This is that Revelation 17 that Captain Matt and myself have been bringing out for the last month. The 10 horns shall hate the whore. This is it. The Bible is coming alive. Play on, sorry.
Made international headlines when he grabbed a fire extinguisher and he blew out a menorah that was set ablaze. And of course, international headlines about this. And wow, you would have thought, wow, maybe there's a backlash against him. No, the Polish people said,
that I may be wrong. That may be a Zionist or a Jewish woman or Israeli supporter that is trying to stop him from doing that. He's just putting a fire out. And he caught hell for this. They called him anti-Semite. They called him every name in the book. And watch what he's going to come on. They're going to actually redact it. This guy is going to interview this particular guy that you see that caught all the hell, who won in a landslide being elected to parliament in Poland, a white country. Play.
Guy. We voted overwhelmingly to put this guy as the European Member of Parliament in Poland. And Gregory is kind enough to join us today on the show on the heels of his big victory in Poland.
It don't get no white pause. It don't get whiter than that. Like, this is not, he's not like me, or maybe he could be our people. This is like, look at his lips.
He looked like a older version of Robin Williams.
Right, an older right. Crossed with Orville Redenbacher, the popcorn guy. This is a white guy. This is a white guy's white guy, okay? So he is in agreement with the other guy that said there's three devils. The U.S., and he points to Blinken. That was Albania. This is Poland. We talked about Hungary. More and more. And the farmers were protesting in all these European cities because they're sick and tired of the agenda that's being pushed by the U.S., okay? Play. I'm going to be quiet.
Nice to see you, Gregory. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Now, I should point out, I'm using the Western pronunciation of your first name. So to my Polish viewers, I apologize, but I tried for like 10 minutes.
For your Polish viewers, my name is Grzegorz Braun.
I said I'm going to, and you said you were kind enough to just say Gregory. It's the Gregory. So, Gregory, welcome to the show. So, the dust is now settled. You've had some time to maybe take in these numbers, but just looking over this, it's pretty remarkable. Let's see, 115,000 votes in this district. That is a record. So to all of the people who called you a far-right Polish politician who doused the Hanukkah candles, can't believe that this anti-Semitic member of the Polish government.
To show you that Jewish or Israeli Zionism is it knows no bound. Here is a Caucasian, through white, pure white, Polish. Poland is a white country. He is being labeled as an anti-Semite. Watch what he says about Zionism and about the label of anti-Semite. We got to start using what this guy says, because what he says is on point. Play on.
Would be elected. What do you say to those individuals?
Well, the result is not bad. In Poland, it happens to be the best between my party's candidates' results. As to so-called anti-Semitism, I would prefer to call it Judeo-realism in opposition to Judeo-idealism. I simply refer to facts, historical facts.
For example, when they say that we, the Israelites, or the black Hebrew Israelites are anti-Semitic, we pull up the line of Shem showing we can't be, neither can Chinese or Japanese, neither can be Ishmaelite, neither can an Arab, Saudi Arabian Arab be anti-Semitic or Shemitic, because we are from Shem. This guy is saying he's going to pull out facts and pull the card on these Israeli Zionists. And the reason why you may say, well, this guy's boring, why are you playing him? Because when other white people in positions of power in white countries said, it shows you that their time is running out. The gig is up. They're not united anymore. Okay? You got something? Play on. We're almost done with this.
Political facts, theological facts, and I simply cannot accept celebrations of racist, tribal cult in the middle of our society, of our political system. That's why I reacted, and my compatriots, obviously not everybody who lives in Poland, because there are probably less and less Poles who want to remain Poles, more and more of those who would prefer to become Euro
Pause real quick. In the
co-hosts.
interest of time, he's about to say something. Remember, he caught hell, and they called him an anti-Semite. Watch what many Polish citizens asked him to sign for them, showing you that many of these white folks in Poland don't agree with these Israelis, don't agree with the Americans. If the sentiment is in Poland, it's in Czechoslovakia, it's in Spain, it's all over. And it's going to become pressurized. It's going to catch head pressure to the point where they're going to protest, and the governments are going to have to respond to the people. Then you will see the 10 horns will hate the whore through actual economic backing out, military backing out. It's all happening, right? It may happen in the next 5-10 years. Okay, play on. Watch what they ask him to sign.
Citizens, but many of them take my action and take my reasons for theirs. And in the course of this election campaign, I signed probably thousands of fire extinguishers. The trick is...
So pause. So the reason why go ahead, Cap. The reason why he laughed is because he put out the menorah, which represents putting out oppression. The menorah was lit, and he didn't want it lit because they are responsible for killing over 30,000 Palestinians, and who 2/3 of them are women and children. You got people protesting on U.S. campuses, throwing their bodies on the ground, stopping traffic. We did a show where they were driving over a bridge in Sacramento. They stopped their cars and threw the keys in the doggone bay and just sat there because of this war. It is wrong. This guy's like, hell with this. This is my country. And he said, we're the good white folks, so to speak. This guy doused it, and now thousands of people in Poland are like, sign my fire extinguisher. Meaning we can't stand these bastards either. And that's exactly what's going on. Give me the description. It says a house that's divided cannot stand.
I got you right there, Cap.
You was there. You in the spirit. So look, this guy is dry as hell. This is boring as hell, but it's important. Because if you have a major political official in a white country, Poland is not no slouch country. It's a large country in Eastern Europe. If they're stepping up, they're going to change country by country. Read.
Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. And Jesus knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
He's not talking about just the Israelites, because when we were divided, when after Solomon, we were divided and we split. He's talking about every nation, and that includes Esau. Read it again, Cap Matt.
And Jesus knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
That's what's going to happen to the white race. And I say white race because they labeled themselves. Black people never labeled them as white. They labeled themselves as white. They said white and colored. You can't drink at the white fountain. I'm just repeating what they said. Esau, Edom, the Edomites, they're finished. Read it again.
And Jesus knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
And that's what's going to happen. We're seeing the desolation right before our eyes. So I wanted to open the show with that, just to show you that there are multiple. Albania, then in Poland, we talked about Hungary, all the protests. Europe is buzzing. And now, before it was just the people. Now the politicians are talking crap to white. You understand? Y'all don't even understand what we watched just now. It's
And
heavy.
Cap, the reason why I went to it
Yes.
already was because prior to 1948, a lot of the Amalekites came from Poland. They came from Germany. They came from all of those Northern Europe, Eastern European, Western European areas, and they migrated down and then massacred the people that stayed there. That's how they got there in 1948. So it literally is the house of Esau divided against itself. It's going to be brought to desolation, and it will not stand. Their house is divided, and slowly but surely, our house is being repaired. He said he's going to repair the breaches, and they're getting repaired. At the same time, Esau's house is falling.
Well stated, because that's what's going on. And guess what? Right under his eyes, we were in Milwaukee. We went on the quest, and we're waking up our people across the earth. And there's many people that are watching from a distance. We're in these islands. People, oh, we watch you. We really? And we didn't even have a presence in certain islands. They're watching us. God is raising us up while he's bringing Esau down.
Yeah, we got a report that one of them, while we was at camp on one of the islands, one of the brothers was like, hey, I'm about to go home and watch Shout Out Tuesday.
I heard that. I did hear that. That's hey. So we and check this out. I had people reach out to me privately, and something even this show, the Late Show. People watch this show. Matter of fact, I was announced, we love your show. I'm like, really? I don't think no one really watches us because we late and it's kind of geopolitical. But don't ever, whoever you are in this truth, never take for granted the work you do and how it impacts people. I'm in people say, I know you. You know me, little old me. We're powerful. What we're doing is even more powerful than we think. So y'all keep pushing. Don't get battle fatigue. All right.
Now, Cap,
bring it out.
We was at one of the islands on a flyer mission. Cap went up to hand the guy a flyer. He said, hey, I'm listening to y'all on the radio right now. The guy,
Michael was right behind me. He was with me a lot of the times. And you're right. Yeah. He was listening to the radio. I think it was Deacon Abiel Bishop Kenai, and he didn't even know about us. And it was beautiful. So that's a hell of a point. We never know. That's why you brothers, man, y'all get your passports. You brothers who are unhealthy, get in shape. Get your affairs in order so we can go do this work, y'all. All right? So now, real quick, go to, yes, sir, thank you, Asa. I want to show you this is cool. Go to number 10. This is a YouTube short where the guy breaks it down at an elementary level, and he does a very good job. YouTube short about, you might say, what is Hezbollah? Hezbollah, are they Arabs? Are they related to the Hamas? Tell me a little bit about this guy. Breaks it down. Very easy to be understand. Check him out.
Explain like I'm 5. Hezbollah is a group based in Lebanon. They're pretty powerful and have military parts that have been involved in various conflicts in the Middle East. This is Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah. He recently made a speech that got a lot of attention. So what did he say? Nasrallah warned Israel to be scared of an all-out war.
Now, this guy, and I don't remember his name, this particular older Arab gentleman with the beard, he is backed and has an alliance with Iran, okay? And a lot of these guys go to Dubai, which is in the United Arab Emirates, and they have meetings, okay? Don't think for 1 second that these Arabs don't support each other behind the scenes. And that is going to be the fruition and the culmination of 2nd Ezra chapter 15. It's happening right now. And as we go on to the show, you're going to see how Korea, North Korea and Russia, and how Turkey in Lebanon, all of this is connected. We're going to show you tonight. It's all connected. Play on.
If a big war starts, it won't just stay in one place. It could spread far and wide. Hezbollah has a lot of rockets, and Nasrallah warned that these could reach anywhere in Israel. That means every place could be affected if things escalate. Why did he say this now? Well, there was a recent conflict at a place called Shaba Farms.
Pause. I want you to get me the map of Shaba Farms. So, this is important because this is where the beef is at. When you pull up, if you could pull up a map of Lebanon, Israel, something like that. I give a list. Okay, that's cool. And when we get Lebanon, Lebanon is a country we go back to geography. It's a country north of Israel, and there's a war on the northern front between Israel and Lebanon. That's where Hezbollah is, okay? Hamas is throughout all of that area, but many of their fighters are in actual Israel and in Gaza and in parts of the West Bank. Then there's the Houthis, which were in Yemen. I mean, we showed you that before. But this is what the white man wants you to believe. There's a lot of other Arabs that is for the cause of free Palestine and free Arabs altogether that they're not telling you about. They're not telling you what's really going on. That is, a lot of the IDF is getting their ass handed today, handed to them. Okay, pull it up. I can't see that. Okay, so Beirut is Lebanon. Very good. So that's the easternmost part of the Mediterranean Sea. Beirut, I believe, is the capital. Very large city, port city. Go down. There's the border. You see, Unifil. Where's the town? Maybe it doesn't show it. There's a town, a map I wanted you to get me. Okay, this is fine. So these towns that are on the border, in particular, I believe it is, I'll have to go back. This area that goes from Majdal Shams all the way down to Matula, all the way down to where you see Bint Jabal, all Yarin, all of these are Lebanese cities. As you see the border, this is Israel, right? This is where many of the Israeli towns, they've moved inland, more downward, more southbound. These are where this is where the fighting is going on. Okay, so when you hear about Hezbollah, this is where they're going, right? In this general area. Go back to that video, please. Yeah, if you the map, if you can get it. I know I gave you this stuff late. That's so a lot of times, y'all, when you hear Hezbollah, y'all got to go to maps. You got to look at maps, look at seas, look at lakes, look at rivers, so you understand where this is going, okay? All right, there you go. So Sheba Farms is it's basically what, and one of the Arabs corrects it, it's not Israeli, it's a Palestinian land, because remember before 1948, all this was the land of Palestine. So it's the land of Palestine. Actually, that's our land, the real Jews, but this is an area where much of the fighting is taking place. So that blue line is your border. And that place there, it's not Sheba, it's Shebaiah Farms, is kind of like it's the hot spot, if you will. And if you look, Syria is another country that's pretty much not too far away from both of them. All of this area is hot, okay? Battles, bombs going off, and many of the Lebanese people have moved up north, and a lot of these Israelis have moved down, southbound. Okay, it's going on right now. A lot of stuff they're not reporting. Yes. This is an excellent map. Go back out. Go back out. I like that. Now, so if we look at Lebanon at the very top, that's Israel, right? So before, when you see the West Bank and you see Gaza, that is the focus where the Arabs have remained, have been left over. Before 1948, all of that, actually, really, it's before the Balfour Declaration, all of it was Arabs. All of it was Arabs. Very few sprinkles so-called Israelis. After 48, and as we showed you the maps, the progressive maps, it gets to the point where there's almost no areas where the Arabs are located. So the beef with Hezbollah is a different country to the north. All right, a lot of people don't understand that. All right, so that's good. Go back to the short, and then we're going to move on. Geopolitical can be boring, but you got to look at what's going on first. Yes, just finish this guy up, please.
Things escalate. Why did he say this now? Well, there was a recent conflict at a place called Shaba Farms, which
so
both
pause.
Lebanon...
We just looked at Shaba Farms. It is the border between Lebanon and Israel. It's not on the lower border. It's more towards the northern border of Lebanon and Israel. We just showed you. Read on.
Israel claim. This area is a hotspot for disagreements. Cyprus could also potentially be impacted
Okay,
if
pause.
tensions.
This is very, very important. I want you to pull up a map of Cyprus. And Cyprus is important historically because it is an island off the coast, west coast of Lebanon and Israel. Historically, it was shared by the Greeks, Greek Caucasians, and the Turks, the Turkish people. They had a war. The U.S. came in, and they then Turkey got to join NATO, and they now, damn. Tell you what, can you see that right there? Can you give me a map of the eastern Mediterranean Sea? Then we'll be able to see it. So you're not wrong. That is a very good map but I want you to show in relation, because the news is not reporting about Cyprus. There's about to be a war in the eastern Mediterranean Sea. Cyprus is a place where aircraft carriers can port. Cyprus is a place where F-16s can take off from. And if they do that, Turkey may get involved. And this is becoming a major global potential war. I got the stuff late to these guys tonight. It's not their fault. Damn it. Well, anyways, yeah, but I don't want to hold it up, man. The bottom line is, if you let's look at Turkey. Everyone, look at Turkey. Look at where it says Syria, and you can see Israel, right where the word sea, S-E-A, where it says between 16 and 32. There's a little island called Cyprus. It's right off the coast of Lebanon, and it's right south of Turkey. And what's going to happen is the U.S., along with Israel, is going to use that as a military outpost to rearm, to dock ships, and all of that to fight Lebanon and the Hezbollah. What's going to happen is that's part of Turkey's people and Turkey's land. They're not going to stand for that. So if Turkey gets involved, guess who's going to back? First of all, if Hezbollah gets heavy fire from Israel backed by the U.S., Iran's going to jump in. If Turkey gets involved because that's part of their island, guess what? Russia is going to back up Turkey. And this is why the next part of the show is so important. North Korea got bombs too, nuclear bombs too. Wake up, people. Wake up. You niggas is happy because gas is $2.88 again. You better wake up. You can still get the 99-cent extra value sandwich. Wake up. Things are about to pop off. Things are going to pop off. Okay? Go back. Oh, I'll take the blow on this one. Okay, let's get. All right, we done?
To a broader conflict. Located close to Lebanon and Israel, Cyprus is geographically positioned in a sensitive spot that might expose.
There's gonna be a map. I forgot. He gives us a map.
The strategic.
Right. That's bam. Okay. All right. Beautiful. So look at Cyprus, and that may be a little bit off but look at how close it is to Turkey, right? Look how close it is to Lebanon. If I'm the United States and I'm Israel, if I control that island, look at the advantage I have from the air, from the sea. Look at that, how I can get to Lebanon.
Hey, Cap, that makes sense now. All of the issues that's happening between Hezbollah and the U.S. naval ships in the Mediterranean Sea.
They bombed them. Hezbollah, You got an article about it. They bombed and damaged a U.S., I want to say aircraft carrier.
Yeah, it was, it was an aircraft carrier. Yep.
So
it makes sense now that all of that stuff is going on, because if they're trying to get Cyprus to be their like base of operations or area of resupply, hell yeah, I would keep them away from it too.
So and this is the thing, and it goes back to, remember we did a show. For those of you who watch our show, there's a guy named Erdogan, and he was talking big-ish about Israel, okay? They have the largest fleet of drones in the entire European continent. They have a force to be. Remember, McGregor and Scott Ritter says if Turkey gets involved, that's a problem. This is their land historically. Cyprus, the U.S., now Greece, well, the reason why Greece has claimed to, Greece ain't nothing compared to Turkey. The reason why Greece has any say is because guess who? The U.S. So now all of it's playing out. This is our island. You want to use that island to attack Hezbollah? They're already pissed, Turkey, about what's going on in Palestine. Okay, they had, remember in Constantinople, they had 1 million people gather in the square, which we did a show on that. Anyways, I see you, Nehemiah. Go down to number 11. Arabs remembering their nature. The Israelis, the IDF, so-called white men, killed a beloved Hezbollah, I want to say general. They don't call him top military guy, commander. They love this guy. They take this personal. Play it.
لبيك يا شهيد اخوان رجاء خلينا نمشي.
Pause. The IDF said the commander had planned a rocket and anti-tank missile launches towards Israel. So, by the way, Hezbollah has launched many successful attacks into Israel, okay? And we're going to show you in a minute that they've got some surveillance footage, which Mike, I think, may have, somebody pointed that out. Maybe it was somebody else I heard, but play on.
لبيك يا شهيد.
Ismail Baz served as the commander of Hezbollah's coastal sector.
So it shows you that they're not a hodgepodge group of gaggle F. They have divisions. If you got a coastal division, you got a land division. Means you got an air division. You got different. They have an organized, strategic military.
That's the guy that was over the Mediterranean Sea.
Yeah.
Right.
The coastal division. The same thing that they talking about, taking over the Mediterranean, taking over Cyprus. They just killed the general of that area.
Probably the reason why they killed him is because there was a successful strike launched on a U.S. fleet.
Yep.
Now, look, we're not for Hezbollah. We're not for Biden. We're for God.
Yep.
And all the stuff that's going on between the Turks and Hezbollah and Israelis is all organized and orchestrated by the Most High God. Now, you're on point. So this is the guy that killed
Ismail Yusuf Baz. Ismail Yusuf Baz died 16 April 2024. Was a Lebanese Hezbollah commander.
I think he died more. I think that date may be wrong. I thought he just died like last week or 2 weeks ago. Maybe. Okay, play on. Read on.
Lebanese Hezbollah commander who commanded Hezbollah's coastal sector during the 2023 Israel-Lebanon border clashes.
So just to show you, there's been beef for decades, not just this year, last year, and many decades between Lebanon and Israel. Why? Because they are being oppressed just like the Palestinians. Why? Because the Lebanese Arabs and the Palestinian Arabs are the same doggone people. Give me 2 Esdras 15. They know what the hell's going on. We did a show. We showed you an entire stadium at an Egyptian football, a.k.a. soccer event. And they was all talking about free Palestine, like 80,000 screaming of it. And those were Arabs in Egypt. They're seeing what the hell's going on. And they planning something. We're going to show you. Read.
2 Esdras chapter 15, verse 28. Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east.
Right. They're in the east. Okay.
Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia.
Who are the nations of the dragons of Arabia? Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, okay? United Arab Emirates, okay? Lebanon, Syria, okay? And Palestine. These are Arab brothers, the sons or the princes of Ishmael. Read.
Shall come out with many chariots.
Why? Because right now they don't got many chariots. They're going to come out with many chariots, meaning they're going to be one and unified. Read on.
And the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth.
Right, that means they're going to be together. Read on.
That all they which hear them may fear and tremble.
Who's they? Who is the they that's going to be scared? Who are they beefing against? Is they beefing with Kim Jong in North Korea? The white man is their enemy. They're going to put fear in Esau. It's going to happen. Read on.
Also, the Carmanians raging in wrath.
Now, these are the Iranians. The Carmenians are the Iranians. Now, don't get me wrong. There are Arabs in Iran, but this is talking about the Carmenians with the Iranians. Read on.
Shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood.
Wild boars, uncontrollable. Read on.
And the great power shall they come and join battle with them.
So this is going to happen. The rising of the sons of Ishmael is going to happen. It's starting to happen. All right. Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis are the three labels that Esau tells you is rising up. There's a lot more that's rising up. And they here in Denver, Colorado. They in Miami. They in New York. They got these bodegas. They got these stores. And they're waiting for a damn call. And if you think that they are pro-American, they got you fooled. They got you fooled. Okay? We almost done with the first half of the show. There was one video that one of y'all put up was real good. I was looking at it.
Hey, Cap, while you looking for that?
Please.
Read that part again where it said they were coming with great.
Yes, sir. Also, the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come, and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians.
It says, with great power shall they come and join battle with them. Who's the them that they're going to join battle with? Hezbollah, Hamas,
That's it.
the Houthis, and that great power is all of their military might, all those missiles that they remember we did a show a while back where they attacked Israel. They shot some missiles to Israel, and some of those missiles penetrated the Iron Dome. It was like 300 missiles that they sent, and some of those missiles penetrated the Iron Dome.
And they said only a couple. It was more than a couple.
Yep.
And remember, the Hezbollah just said they had missiles that can reach anywhere in Israel. That's because they're backed by Iran.
Yep.
Facts.
You know, those Iranian missiles.
So what you just said is it's like you lined it up perfect. We're going right to what you just said. Timestamp number 8 is 59 to 237. I'm going to show you there have been multiple successful attacks of Hezbollah from Lebanon to the south to Israel, and they're not reporting it. And then also after the break, I want to show you that they've got, you probably have seen it at home, there's drone footage of them flying drones in, or maybe they had a spy there in Israel, and they got surveillance, drone surveillance of strategic military outposts and facilities that they're, and they aired it and said, look, and you see it in Arabic writing showing you that they're tracking what the hell's going on, and they're ready for war. All right?
Cap.
Yes.
They said it, to Officer Mikhail's point, they fired the weakest missiles they had.
Oh, that's a hell of a point.
They didn't even fire the strong stuff. We just fired the weak stuff over to show you that we can get through with that. So they were flexing. They let them know we can touch you.
Yeah, they said it. They said it was just a show of force to show you that you can be touched.
All praise to the Most High. Look, before break, I want to get the time set number 8. So this is that same guy, okay, I forget his name, Hassan Nasrallah, okay? He is going to 59 seconds to 237, and then we'll timestamp, and then we'll move on. Second half of the show, y'all, we're going to come and talk about Putin and his plans with North Korea and how that is. Okay, so here we go.
The Hezbollah threat comes a day after the Israeli military approved what it calls operational plans for an offensive in Lebanon as tensions continue to rise between Israel and Hezbollah. Israel has warned Hezbollah of an all-out war after the group released surveillance footage.
Real quick,
of what
I have to set the stage because Captain Matthew said something very heavy earlier. The reason why, okay, that guy was killed is because the commander of the Coastal Division, they attacked U.S. ships and not a tugboat. They attacked a major ship and did damage. As a result of that, they killed the guy. Now, as a result of that, these Hezbollah put it out on open public. We can track you. We got drone footage. When the Israelis saw that, they want war. The war has already been declared. And they also talked about there was talks about Israel using tactical nuclear warheads on the on Hezbollah. Play.
What it says are sensitive military sites that it filmed by drone from within Israel. The U.S. says it's working to prevent a wider war. At least 5 people are reported to have been killed when an Israeli airstrike hit a Lebanese village near the Israeli border. Now, this all follows an escalation in hostilities between Israel and Hezbollah since Israel launched its war on Gaza. Israeli jets also attacked a 3-story building in the town of Bogolie. That's north of the Litani River, which acts as an unofficial border with Israel under a UN resolution.
Pause. When we saw the map, that was one of the towns. And so Israel is actually attacking physically in the country of Lebanon. That's an act of war against a country. But the white man says, we're just fighting Hezbollah. No, you attacked the country. And this is why they're playing games, because Ms. Mikhail pointed out, the Carmanians are going to work with the princes of Ishmael. We literally are living in that time in the last month. Even today, there's been updates. We have to understand that we are living in biblical times, and you ain't got time to be having sex with 3 different women in the last 2 years. Our people, a lot of you are simple as hell. You don't understand what the hell was going on and what time you're living in. Play on.
Zain Khoda has more for us from Marjayoun in southern Lebanon.
Hostilities have resumed after a brief respite over the weekend over the Muslim Eid al-Adha holiday, but Israel appears to be escalating this conflict with many warning.
Real quick, to your point, I don't know if our people caught it. You know, we don't listen too swift. They said the U.S. is trying to slow this down. Who the hell they think giving the bombs to? Who they getting the bombs from?
They go on to say that. There's a video later on they go to say that. How can you be a non-biased, what do they call it? If somebody's trying to stop something, you are a, what's the word? Help me out. Mediator. Exactly, mediator. How can you be a just mediator when if you don't provide weaponry, Israel's been dead. You provided the funding to create and build the Iron Dome. You created all, remember we did a show, they got the 500-pound bombs and then the 2,000-pound bombs, and we showed you, Finkelstein said all their acts you can't drop bombs within a certain area, there's certain rules, and they broke every one of them. These things that are happening are madness. The U.S. is the reason behind all of this, and everybody knows it. Everybody, especially these Polish guys. The guy who was the Albanian prime minister said right next to Blinken, "You're the devil," right in front of him. Everybody understands this. We are living in biblical times, y'all. Okay? We're going to break. Thank you. Play on.
That it could expand into a wider war. In the past few hours, at least 4 Israeli airstrikes, 2 of them targeting the border village behind me, Chem, another targeting the border village of Yarin, and another striking deeper inside Lebanon, close to the southern city of Tyre. What we understand, at least 4 Hezbollah fighters were killed in those strikes.
Watch this.
Hezbollah
so
too.
Right now, all they did is report on how Israel, or Israelis, have successfully attacked the Lebanon cities. Watch what she briefly says and doesn't go on to expound about that. Watch the next part. Play.
The past 24 hours, carrying out at least 8 operations against.
I missed it. I talked. Rewind it.
So
remember the Iron Dome. Remember how it's impenetrable, right? Listen to what she says about Hezbollah in Lebanon. Watch this.
24 hours, carrying out at least 8 operations against Israeli military targets.
No, don't go back again. So what she's saying is, she talked about Israel. Hezbollah has launched 8 military operations inside Israel. They're not reporting that. They're not reporting that. And when McGregor come on later on, they have superior weaponry, but they're getting beat. They're getting outsmarted because Ishmael ain't stupid. Okay? Play it again.
Were killed in those strikes. Hezbollah, too, in the past 24 hours, carrying out at least 8 operations against.
So that was in the last 24 hours. Hezbollah carried out at least 8 strikes into Israel, and they were not stopped by the Iron Dome. Because otherwise, if they shot everything down, that's not an attack. Why is that not being reported? Israeli citizens are fleeing the north, going inland. They're fleeing the south, coming. Why? Because these Arabs are working together slowly from a distance, and Iran has their back. The U.S. is worried, so this is why they're trying to take control of Cyprus. If they do that and Turkey gets involved, you bring Turkey in. Russia's going to back up Turkey, just like Russia's forming alliances all over the earth. I'm going to get down with North Korea. I'm going to get down with Turkey. I'm going to get down with all of these different. That's what BRICS is all about. The hidden agenda in BRICS is you have Ethiopia. You have all the new countries and 39 countries waiting to get into BRICS. You think it's just economic? No, it's more than that. God is mustering up all these spirits in the last days. Go ahead, Cap.
Hey, remember, they just killed one of the Iranian high-ranking officials in Lebanon.
Damn, that's right. That's right.
A few weeks ago. Helicopter crash.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, yes. We was on I remember that. Yes.
They didn't forget about that. They never forgot about Soleimani. They didn't forget when Iran gets quiet, they get devious.
Right.
That's what happens.
To your point, it's called guerrilla warfare. What they're doing, they send in small elements, and they use that to harass and to disrupt major military operation. That's how they're able to sneak in to get these attacks, and they're not going to tell you. You can only fire so many missiles. But eventually, you got to fight a conventional war with an adversary like that. You can't just bomb them and expect to get all of them. You're not going to get them all.
Nope.
And so what it was told by the reporter that was at least 8 Lebanese, or I'm going to call it Lebanese, but Hezbollah attacks in Israel. So it's not constituted as attack if the Iron Dome shoots it down. To Officer Micah's point, there's a lot more than meets the eye in this war. Israel has superior weaponry, tens of billions of dollars annually, hundreds of billions of dollars over the past couple of years have been super weapons, but they don't understand. They're fighting an enemy that they don't call them killed. 4 Hezbollah killed. They call them martyrs, and they celebrate their death. It's an ideology you can't kill. Okay, play. Of course, so this is the Iron Dome, which is said to be impenetrable. Not true. Micah pointed out, Captain Matt pointed out, they fired a barrage of rockets, dozens of them hit, and they were the chump rockets. They weren't the remember we did a show where they had all the classifications of Mach, like 12 or something like that? Yeah. They didn't fire none of them yet, hypersonic missiles yet. So we're just showing you that we're just breaking down the barriers of news. There's a lot more that's going on in this war than just what they just want you to feed on CNN. All right, so with that, listen, we're going to come back right after the Bible verses, our break in kingdom music. Second half of the show, we're going to get into Russia and Putin's plans and how that is going to affect us in these last days. Stay tuned, y'all. Shalom.
Yeah, that purple be a problem. They don't like that. We don't turn the other cheek. Yeah, we fight back. We keep the law. We teach the law. They don't like that. We waking up the 12 tribes. They don't like that. Yeah, that purple be a problem. They don't like that. We don't turn the other cheek.
Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ, blessed. Hey, it's great to be back. And look, this is the Bible verses, and we're going to talk about Juneteenth. Give me that Charleston White video. Let's see what Charleston White said.
Giving us a date.
Hey, pause it real quick. This brother sometimes says the most outlandish things. We've done Bible verses about him, but sometimes he's right. A broken clock is right twice a day. Watch this.
Them giving us a date for Juneteenth, they acknowledge you guys were our slaves. And not only that, you guys find out 2 years later. So we gonna celebrate that y'all found out 2 years later. That's a spit in the face. To celebrate the end of slavery, and that wasn't the end the day we found out. We found out 2 years later. So we celebrating the fact that we found out 2 years later than everybody. So now this is what happens. Capitalism trumps citizenship. What do you mean by that, Charleston? Now you got Juneteenth shirts in Walmart, Target. They benefit off this now. We don't. You're not going to see a bunch of black people being able to sell out of these Juneteenth stores and Juneteenth posters like they do for the 4th of July. So now the capitalist wins off this, not black people. We was already celebrating the holiday. We was already celebrating it, so we lose. I would much rather Joe Biden had sat down and listened to Ice Cube than made this a holiday. I would much rather Joe Biden had sat down and listened to what Ice Cube had to say with that plan that he had than giving us a national federal holiday. You know what we needed before this national federal holiday? A new crime bill. We need a new crime bill. We don't need no motherfucking holiday. I'll never celebrate the day again. I'll never celebrate it again because it meant much more to me when the white man didn't confirm it and validate it for me.
Hey, you shouldn't have been celebrating it in the first place, Charleston. But you made some heavy points. How you going to celebrate being free from slavery 2 years after you were supposedly free from slavery? Hey, newsflash, you still in slavery. But, hey, before I get into the Bible, we got one more video. Play that Joe Brown video.
Juneteenth was supposed to be June 19th, 1866. Now, what's wrong with that? No, they changed that in the last 4 or 5 years to try to cover up the embarrassment. You know what the embarrassment is? 1863, first part of the year, he issued the Emancipation Proclamation February 1863. All right. Next thing, the 13th Amendment freeing the slaves passed out of the House, got sent to the states January 1865. All right. Okay. Next thing that happens. January 14th, 1865, General Sherman signs the order as commanding general of his military district, the Black Reparations Act, order, which is 40 acres and a mule to all black families, all right? Next thing that happens, Lee gets his ass whooped and surrenders at Appomattox Courthouse, April 1865. May 1865, Sherman whips Johnson and gets his surrender. No more Confederate army. May 1865, he sends a cavalry detachment of black soldiers, cavalrymen, down to Texas to tell these damn fools that the war is over there free. They won't believe the black folk. May 1865. Not June 1865, but a whole year and a month later, June 19th, 1866, a Union frigate has docked in Galveston, Texas, and naval rank lieutenant, that's like a lieutenant major in the Army, or current lieutenant colonel, asked the stevedores why they are laboring under the lash. And he said, well, we still slaves. He said, fools, you've been free for 3 years from the Emancipation Proclamation. You've been free 2.5 years from the 13th Amendment. You've been free for a year and 2 months from Lee getting his ass whooped. You've been free a year and a month from Johnson getting finally his ass whooped and surrendering. And it's been a year and a month since your fellow black soldier, some black soldiers told you were free. Now you got to have a white boy tell you you free? That is so embarrassing. I will never celebrate Juneteenth. I said, you won't celebrate all the hell you want. Damn fools down there being slaves. Oh, I'm so happy.
Hey, y'all better pay attention to Joe Brown. Joe Brown be dropping some history and some knowledge on some people's head. Y'all thought he was just a TV show court judge or whatever. And man, you know a little bit. Hey, but look, Charleston White said something heavy about how they market off of us celebrating this holiday now, which we shouldn't be celebrating in the first place. Go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15 and verse 12. Watch this.
The Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15 and verse 12. But they counted our life a pastime, and our time here a market for gain.
Read that part again.
But they counted our life a pastime, and our time here a market for gain.
Our time here a market for gain. They call us liquid money. So we're going to recognize Juneteenth as a holiday. Now we're going to put these T-shirts in the stores. It's a market for their gain. Your ignorance is a market for their gain. Your sin is a market for their gain. Proverbs 3:31. Because what y'all going to do is June 19th, y'all going to celebrate Juneteenth. Then you're going to turn around less than a month later and celebrate July 4th. Newsflash, July 4th, 1776, your black behind was in slavery for another almost 90 years. Read.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Do what?
And choose none of his ways.
No, you can choose Juneteenth.
And choose none of his ways.
No, you can choose 4th of July.
And choose none of his ways.
But they made us nice T-shirts.
And choose none of his ways.
Choose none of his ways. You know why you choose none of his ways? Because your black behind is still in slavery today. Don't you pay taxes? Oh, you got a mortgage to pay, right? What about your car note? What about insurance? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Let's prove that out the Bible. Baruch 3:8. This is why you can't celebrate Juneteenth or any of these holidays that your oppressor gave you. Read that.
The book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments.
You are still subject to payments. As soon as you get your paycheck is gone to pay them bills that was in the mailbox that you dread going to the mailbox to open up because you don't want to see that bill collector. Half of y'all going into bankruptcy so y'all can consolidate your bills to pay off your collectors all at once because you're subject to payments. But look, this has been the Bible versus Juneteenth, and y'all can't celebrate that BS. Y'all got to celebrate God's high holy days. Shalom. Most High Christ bless.
Yeah, that purple be a problem, they don't like that. We don't turn the other cheek, yeah, we fight back. We keep the law, we teach the law, they don't like that. We waking up the 12 tribes, they don't like that. Yeah, that purple be a problem, they don't like that. We don't turn the other cheek, yeah, we fight.
Hey, look, Israel, take your phone out, scan the QR code, and let us know how the broadcasting technology team is doing. It's only 5 brief questions that y'all got to answer. It's real quick, it's real simple, it's real easy. You can put your brick in to make the broadcast better. Get it done.
Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless. My name is Captain Shem, IUIC New Orleans. Help us to grow. YouTube page, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell notification. And now it's even easier, y'all.
Hey, and also part of New Orleans Camp, we got the community cleanups. Cleaning up our neighborhood one at a time.
What y'all waiting for? Subscribe.
What are you waiting for? Subscribe! Have a good vibe. There's so much wrong going on in the world, but somehow we keep it all smile.
Subscribe and follow us on all social media accounts. We got TikTok, we got Twitter, we got Rumble, and YouTube. Make sure y'all follow IUIC New Orleans. Shalom.
Hey, also, we got flyer missions every day and also camp videos. Check us out, IUIC New Orleans.
So remember, go to our YouTube page, subscribe, like, share, and don't forget the QR code. When the QR code comes out, don't forget to take your phone out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Why isn't it done? Shalom, Israel.
Good drink, can't I get just have a good time? That's what we say. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High.
Bless us on this journey, O Father. Anoint us with thy Holy Spirit, that we may reach your sons and daughters, O Father. Father, remember the covenant that you made with our ancestors. Father, while people are in the midst of famine, please, O Father, bring them food. Our people that are in the midst of drought, please bring them rain, bring them water. Father, our people that are in the midst of war, bring them safety, O Father. Let your spirit cover the earth, O Father, and bring your sons and daughters in, O Father, in repentance, and open doors of utterance, O Father, and bring down judgment and vengeance on our enemies, your enemies, O Lord, that plot against your sons and daughters, that plot against your word being taught. In Christ's name we praise your name. Amen.
Hey, Dad! Hey! One spirit! We need to let them know we together. We're now flying. No division.
All day when it comes to prophets, we don't play. Reaching Israelites in the four corners every day. Breaking soil, yeah, we're royal, and we teaching in His might. We don't fight for corners, but instead we're taking flights. We taking over the world. 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 We taking over the world.
Man, listen, we ain't done yet. I think we just getting started.
Attention to detail is the very essence of excellence. As a master mechanic follows his blueprint and builds upon his car to perfection, with a vision of one day moving forward, we also must be a vital asset to restoring the kingdom of Israel with diligence and precision. Just as a car requires a blueprint to complete a build, we also must follow the blueprint of the prophets. We're teaching on every city block and blitzing every country. We're turning the key of hope, igniting the power of faith, and racing towards the kingdom. IUIC, we are the blueprint. We're building back the nation of Israel, and it's all gas, no brakes until the kingdom come. This is our story.
What's up? Good, bro. What's going on? You good? You don't look good, man. You don't look good at all. Oh, shoot, it's Keith. Come on, man. You're not going to stop on, bro. We just had this conversation.
I had a lapse in judgment.
What you was doing, though. Other dude, I mean, come on, man.
But I love you. I don't love him.
Yes.
I'm asking for your forgiveness so we can move forward.
All right, that's, I guess, man.
All right, I'm going to just say it. Babe.
You can tell by my gait that I'm all in. You can tell by my faith that I'm all in. Front line with the truth, I'ma fall in. Even if it's a dead end, going all in. You can tell by the things I'm involved in. I can lose it all for my calling. If I die for the truth, it's a win-win. And going to the end, going all in. Going all in. Going in, going all in. Going all in. I'm going in, going all in. You can tell by the things I'm involved in. I can lose it all for my calling. If I die for the truth, it's a win-win. And going to the end, going all in. Going all in. Ladies and gentlemen, there's the green king. Let's go.
Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ, blessed Captain Matt here with Kingdom Music. Look, it's been a minute, so we got a lot of music that's been coming out, but I definitely want to touch on my brothers, Sons of Thunder. They done came with the soundtrack to the end of the world, and they killing it already. Y'all already know how it is, so roll that beautiful Israelite footage.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
So all the nations going into slavery. 12 tribes! 12 tribes! 12 tribes!
Sons of thunder. It's the fourth time around. The fourth son of Jacob. And like 4 inches, you know we going for it. Yeah. Look.
He come from the heaven with thousands. No, that ain't a lot, that's a legion. 144K on the way and they pledge their allegiance to cremate these heathens. Damn, ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Had to peel out this flesh cause I couldn't trust it. Got a spiritual body, you couldn't touch it. If you dying to test it, then try your luck. That's the one up, don't run up, get done up. Loaded clip full of scripts, I'ma pull it. The word is my weapon, the word is my shield. I'm equipped for these spiritual bullets. They shoot at the perfect in secret. Reading these laws, it ain't flaw, so I keep it. Shout out to bishops and shout out to deacons, captains and officers. I see the reason they say what we doing is treason. God body, God army, God nation. My oblation, broken spirit, consecration. Kings and priests, shining brighter than the constellation. Nukes to the north, yeah, that's abomination. For all the lies and the blasphemy. Slay the dragon, hunt down the demons. Vagabond getting judgment, and you looking at the judges.
Yo, Israel the prince of the power. I came with an army, 144,000. We move like a unit, like Nike, just do it in here. Them lions come to devour, and no weapon form gon' prosper. And we in the building like lava. Shout out to Deacon K, tolerate treason. No me, casa su casa. Come to my city, better check in. Picked up my weight, get my sets in. We do not tolerate threats, man. Our angels activate, let's in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're done. How you gonna see when he block out the sun? Where you gonna hide? How you gonna run? Come with a cavalry, striving for mastery, praying for vengeance. A holy catastrophe, build up the kingdom. Yeah, that is the strategy. Get it in blood. America gone in 60 minutes. Yeah, it is finished. No necromancy. Build up my walls. That's expansion. Roll with the sun. Many matches.
I pull up, we rollin', we deeper than deep. The angels invisible, watch how they creep. I know I'm elite, I know I'm the seed. I'm bought with a price, they want the receipts. I tell them the Bible is all that I need. I pull it, they leave, they make like a tree. No chosen, I know that you more like a beast. You rollin' with pride, but I roll with the meat. I don't need no naps, I don't need no sleep. Ain't sellin' no dope, but get changed on them streets. They conquered the west, I press to the east. Go pop with the Bible, extending my reach. Ain't toting no guns, but we got some range. Don't do it for dollars, we do it for change. Cut left from bleeding, the Bible to aid. They called it a murder, cause doctrine was slain.
Unprecedented events.
You are now flying.
SOT. Dream team. Let's go. Fervent heat. Let's go. Hey, hey, hey. Repeat after me. My G-O-D. He up top G. My precepts be on repeat. Let's go. Your pastor ain't messing with me. I'm a SOG. 12 up boy, we the elites. We gon' turn this shit upside down, make it hot. 144,000 degrees. I've been a prophet since birth. Angels sent back to the earth. My nation was sold, I know we the gold. Don't try me, boy, I know my worth. Like Adam came out of the dirt. Image of God, boy, I know that shit hurt. It's brick in the city, we still on the block and we putting in work. Purple and gold on my shirt. We never rest, we alert. Saturday, pull up to campus, don't ask boy on Sunday, we blessing the church. I'm about to murk all these scoffers. Nigga, shut up, you getting this verse. He play with the fire, it's ashes to ashes, he don't need a hearse.
This is what the saints have been waiting for. The soundtrack to the end of the world. The symphony of destruction. If you're not ready, you better get ready. Let's go.
Hey, all praise to the Most High. That's my brothers, Sons of Thunder with Jalil, Samson, crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Solomon the Jew. Look, go to originalroyalty.com. Cop the music. There's a lot of it coming out in Israel. Trust me, we ain't stopping yet. We're going to keep making music. We're going to keep prophesying in the music until Christ come back. All right? Shalom. Most High in Christ bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's the King. Let's go.
Hey, Israel Shalom. Welcome back. Welcome back. Precept upon precept. Throw up the thumbnail real quick. Those of you who may be joining us, the second half of the show is going to be quick. First half of the show, we primarily dealt with Hezbollah and the hype that they're displaying in the war that's soon to escalate to a regional war with potentially Turkey, Iran, and maybe even Russia. And now we're going to go into how is Vladimir Putin planning? It's a tongue twister. Let's get that article. I think it's number 3. Okay, and I'm not sure who pulled this one, but you break this down.
So, as you can see, it says Russia could arm North Korea. It ain't no could, it ain't no maybe, ain't no might. North Korea, China, and Russia have been talking to each other for quite some time.
Facts.
And every single time Korea opened their mouth, the U.S. act like nobody said nothing.
Hey, Captain Map, just real quick, point out the date of that article because this is look at it.
June 20th, today at 4 o'clock. So this happened today.
Facts.
This is straight up current events. All right. Now, Micah, go ahead and read the first paragraph.
He missed the red part right there. Putin's visit to Vietnam, from historical friendship to future plans.
Now, that is going on right now. That's the reason why it's in red. It's going on right now as we speak. They're covering that. That's hot news straight off the presses live. Go ahead, read that.
Russia reserves the right to provide arms to allies.
Much like who? Much like the U.S. They reserve the right to give arms to their allies. That's why they giving arms to Ukraine. That's an ally.
What do you do when you're a little brother and you're getting bullied? You go get your big brother, right?
That's all.
Yeah, you go.
And that's what Russia is playing. Russia is playing the big brother because that's what the U.S. has been doing for all these years, bullying all these little countries.
Yep. Go ahead.
As the West claims, it can arm Ukraine with impunity. Impunity.
Russia said they could serve they allies, just like America said they could serve their allies. Go ahead.
And could send long-range weapons to DPRK and other countries, Vladimir Putin has said.
Ooh-wee, they could send long-range, because remember, Russia has a missile arsenal that's bigger than the U.S. They have the most nuclear weapons on the planet. Go ahead.
Putin was speaking with reporters in Hanoi following his meeting with Vietnam's leadership on Thursday. One of the questions related to his previous suggestion that Moscow could send missiles to adversaries of the West in response to the U.S. and its allies greenlighting Ukrainian strikes deep inside Russia.
So that's how you know that Esau plays on another level when it comes to war. See, black people, you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. See, Esau, though, you hit me, I'm going to gather a whole bunch of people around you to hit you. And then I'm going to hit you and finish you off. That's what Russia's doing. They already know that the U.S. was behind the strikes that happened in Russia because there were strikes that happened in Russia. So they said, okay, fine. I'm going to go ahead and arm Korea. I'm going to go ahead and arm China. I'm going to go ahead and arm Iran. I'm going to go ahead and arm Hezbollah, Turkey. I'm going to get into with all of those people that don't like you. They're going to attack Israel and then you. Go ahead.
We do not rule out supplying weapons to other countries, including the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, Putin said. Let the West think where they might end up.
You know what I'm saying? They look, when they make moves, they like, you better think twice about what you're doing because you could end up on the bad end of the stick, which they will because it's biblical prophecy. Go ahead.
Western countries that have supplied long-range and other weapons to Ukraine have said they can't be held responsible for how Kyiv uses them and insist that it does not make them parties to the conflict. Putin elaborated, adding that Russia, therefore, reserves the same right for itself.
Let's stop with the camouflage. It said Western countries. It's talking about NATO, but we understand that the U.S. is NATO, and the U.S. is the only ones that's supplying weapons to the Ukraine. Let's stop playing games, man.
But I like how Russia is doing it, because Russia's saying, okay, so the U.S. says, oh, I'm supplying weapons to Ukraine. I can't, control how they use them. If they shoot you with the gun that I gave them, I mean, it's not my fault. They shot you. So Russia is like, fine, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to supply Korea. I'm going to supply Vietnam. I'm going to supply, and you lost the Vietnam War, by the way.
Yeah.
Just to put that out
That's
there.
why they call it a conflict, because they lost.
So we're going to supply Vietnam. We're going to supply Korea. We've already in bed with China. We're already in bed with India. We're already in bed with Iran. Now, if those countries decide to gang up on you and Israel and attack y'all, then, well, I mean, I didn't attack you. No. They did. Go ahead.
The Russian president also noted that Moscow is considering modifications to its doctrine on the use of atomic weapons.
Meaning, when it said modifications on its doctrine on the use of atomic weapons, meaning they're going to reconsider bombing the hell out of somebody. Now, they weren't going to do it, to keep the peace and all this, that, and the third, but they see it is not going to get no better. As the prophets go out into the world, like Bishop Yawasab said, the angels get activated. This world is not going back to what you thought it was. It ain't going back to the 90s when gas was 99 cents. It ain't going back to the 90s and the early 2000s when stuff was all good and you could just walk the streets and, nothing happens. No, it's going to get worse and worse and worse because the prophets ain't stopping and the prophecies ain't stopping. Go ahead.
The Russian president also noted that Moscow is considering modifications to its doctrine on the use of atomic weapons, as the West appears to be working on low-yield weapons to lower the nuclear threshold.
Meaning they're not going to be so much nuclear, but they're going to be a little bit less damaging, but still catastrophic nonetheless. Go ahead.
We don't need a first strike, he said in response to another question, because our return strike is guaranteed to destroy any attacker.
Do you see what these people are saying? We don't need a first strike, a second strike. Look, when we strike back, that's going to be it. Understand, Russia ain't playing. Go ahead.
Right.
Kevin.
Also, that's a very good point. We covered, I want to say 4 weeks ago, that Russia said without tactical nuclear weapons, they can, through conventional warfare, hit any target in Europe to include the Iberian Peninsula, which means Portugal. Look at a map. You don't got to get one. Russia, from Moscow, from the western parts of Russia, can touch any one of those European countries without tactical nuclear warfare, with conventional heavy-duty missiles. So this is what they're saying. You want to mess with us, we'll destroy you. And that's the point with this island of Cyprus. Cyprus now is going to be used by Israel and the U.S. They're going to fight over that. They're going to fight over that. So look, I didn't realize, man, it's almost 11, 12. You got some more on that? I don't want to hold you up. You got some more on that?
Basically, that was pretty much it. There was another article that I posted. I don't know if you want to touch it. It is what it is.
So we got too much content. But I want to get me 14 and 15 because I want us to see the visual, because Vladimir Putin is an Edomite, and I can't pronounce the guy's name. The obese North Korean, he is obese. Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un. That guy is so the Korean, they're Moabites, right? But they are allies, and watch how they are very comfortable, and you can see that unlike a lot of American politicians, when they are around North Koreans, they feel very out of place. And Putin is a different type of Edomite. Play.
Putin walked like a black dude.
And if you look at Vladimir Putin, pause real quick, they rolled, when I say the red carpet, I'm not talking about that red carpet they're walking on. They got this guy's picture. They got Russian radio commercials playing in North Korea. They got him in this guy, Pun, whatever his name is, together in pictures on buildings. This is 24 years that he was not in North Korea. They've been talking about this and planning this for a long. They spent millions of dollars on this guy coming, and now we're seeing that this is the real deal. So just showing you that how they plan for this. Play on. Okay, that was the visual. You can drop that. I want you to see that. Go to number 15. So, what is the alliance? What is the purpose of this trip? Is it because of economic trade relations? Possibly. It's more about military, and if you attack me, I get attacked. We're going to fight with each other. Play this short video.
Russian President Vladimir Putin.
So this is going with the article that Captain Matt posted. This is from Reuters, okay? But now it's going to take the video portion of that and back it up what Captain Matt was reading. Play.
Korean leader Kim Jong-un signed a mutual defense pact on Wednesday, promising to help each other if attacked. Putin has courted Kim with gifts of limousines and a tour of Russia's new space launch center, as well as...
Rewind it again. Hold up. So this was signed Wednesday, June 9th, yesterday. This is such a big deal because Russia, pull up a map of Russia and China if you can. If you look at China, there's a peninsula that comes down that's North and South Korea. It's attached to landmass China. China is where the central bank of all BRICS is going to be. Russia is literally one country away from North Korea, and both have the power of nuclear armaments. This is very, very big what he just said. And he said something about space, right?
Yeah.
That means they can control their nukes with satellites. This is major.
Because the space race in the 70s with 60s.
Yes.
With who was it? Russia and the United States.
United States.
Yes.
It was a big space race to see who was going to make it first.
So watch this. Map. I didn't ask for this earlier. I'm putting the tech team on the spot. Okay. So, well, North Korea's, can you scroll up a little bit? Okay. There it is. If you look at China, this is kind of a weird map, but so parts of Russia, you've got China, Mongolia, you got North Korea. So North Korea it landlocks with China. However, far eastern, the green part of Russia, it has a very small touch where they touch borders. I believe it is true. They've got the power from North Korea because remember Japan is a U.S. ally, and you pointed out they have like 100 U.S. bases in Japan alone.
Yes, sir, over 100.
So North Korea and China could obliterate Japan, right, and all the military bases that they got over there.
Yep.
And they can actually launch a weapon to hit California from, meaning the western part of the United States. That is a danger to be reckoned with. And King, this guy, I still can't pronounce his name, he don't like America, and America don't like him. Rocket Man. Speaking of Rocket Man, Rodman went to see this guy. Dennis Rodman went to see the president of North Korea like 2 years ago. They were hanging out and going to bars and stuff together.
Wow.
Google it.
Wow.
Play on.
With gifts of limousines and a tour of Russia's new space launch center, as well as
Russia's Space Launch Center.
Now, you know, I'm currently watching this series called Shogun, and it's old Asian type samurai. You know what I mean? The old type stuff. Back in the day, when they give gifts to their allies, war is not far behind. You understand? So when Putin is giving gifts to Korea, those are peace treaties. They're no longer giving children to each other. Like, I'm not going to give you my daughter I'm not going to give you my son to marry your daughter or whatever the case may be. I'm just going to give you a bunch of gifts. I'm going to show you what I got. We're going to trade arsenals. We're going to barter. We're going to do all these different things because we have a common enemy. So we can come together against this common enemy. War is not far behind.
Can I get a script to add to your point, Cap?
Yes, we haven't pulled only 2 scriptures all night. Beautiful. Please do.
Yes, sir.
The book of Psalms, chapter 140 and verse 1.
Because this is where our mind should be. Read that.
Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man.
Uh-huh.
Preserve me from the violent man.
Because they not talking about they space stations because they can go up there and look at stars. Right. They want weapons. They want to destroy stuff. Watch what verse 2 say. We know who the violent man is. That's Esau. But he's got in cahoots. He got Moab with him, and they loading up. Watch this. Read on.
Which imagine mischief in their hearts.
Here's the point.
Continually are they gathered together for war.
That's what they thinking. Yep. They not worried about who twerking. They ain't worried about Ashanti getting married to Nelly. All the foolishness over here in America. They ain't worried about who won the NBA Finals. These people are gearing up for what their mindset is. I got to defend.
While Biden is literally, and I say this because, you know, we don't want to see any man deteriorate. He's deteriorating, and I don't even know if he has dementia. He may have dementia, legitimate dementia. While Biden is allowing all of the filth to happen here, you think that the North Korean president and the Russian president are going to allow LGBTQ and all the demoralizationists? No, their husband, wife, they're preparing their societies where America is at the very end of their reign. And this is why Micah's Watchman report, they're going to have illegal immigrants, and that's the wrong term for them, or what was the term they used for them? To become police officers in this country. That just show you how far we've gone, okay, from 20, 30 years ago in this country. Now, get me McGregor. We're going to close out with this. The point I want is about if Turkey steps in. Go to like 4 minutes. 4 minutes to 6 minutes. This is Colonel Douglas McGregor, he's a consultant. He is very well versed in warfare and also in understanding the cultures that are associated. He understands Hezbollah. He understands Putin and the whole what Putin really wants. And he understands NATO's and what it's made of and their agenda. So when he speaks, we got to listen because this guy knows more than every one of those politicians and the military advisors, and he is they won't put him on mainstream. Go to 4 minutes, 4 to 6:02, because we don't have time for the whole 6 minutes.
In Cyprus, the Turks actually came in and went to war to protect the Turkish population on Cyprus.
Go back to 345 real quick. What McGregor's talking about is the island of Cyprus. The island of Cyprus has 2 basic groups of people. Greeks, because when you look at Cyprus, it's south of Greece. And I'm sorry, I believe it's southeast of Greece and directly south of Turkey. Both of the island has their people there, okay? Greece is more affiliated with the U.S. than Turkey. Turkey, the reason why they left that island alone is because they're part of NATO. But all that's coming to an end. Because if Israel and the U.S. uses that to fight Hezbollah in Lebanon, that's when they're going to draw the line. Watch what McGregor says. Play.
Up there, here's almost right on cue is a headline in The Guardian that Hezbollah leader has expressly said Cyprus will be a target if it lets Israel use its territory in a conflict. And I wonder if you could explain a little bit more for some of our viewers who may not understand the direct tie to Turkey and what they may or may not do as a result.
Well, years ago in the 1960s, there was an intervention in Cyprus. The Turks actually came in and went to war to protect the Turkish population on Cyprus.
Pause. So they went to war with who? They went to war with the Greeks to protect their people on that island. And remember that. Turkey is a force to be reckoned with in that region. And it's a predominantly Islamic country. Even though when Bishop was over there, they said they front. They smoke cigarettes. They don't even pray 3 times a day. But still, It is an Islamic, it's not Christian based, it's an Islamic based country. So they are in opposition of what Israel's doing to the Palestinian Arabs over there. Okay? Play on.
Greeks. And I think this is something that Americans should revisit and look at very carefully. We've had some measure of stability on the island, but it's another one of these open sores. It's similar to the arrangements that we've made in the Balkans. We managed to come up with an arrangement that would temporarily cause parties to cease fire, but we haven't solved anything. And the Cyprus problem has never really been solved. And so I think this is an opportunity for the Turks to come in and solve the problem in ways that they wanted to do years ago. They were prevented from it by us. And the Turks at that point.
Pause. So they were beefing with the Greeks and the Greek white man, by the way. In the U.S. stepped in and played Mr. Mediator, signed deals with Turkey and did economic deals with Turkey, and then they brought Turkey into NATO. But Turkey has always had a problem. So now, if they use that as a military post and a place to resupply and launch planes, launch ships, dock ships, repair ships, bring them into port if they get hit, and fight Hezbollah in Lebanon, Turkey is going to step in. As a result of that, if there's a regional war, Russia, what they just did with North Korea, is going to supply Turkey. Now you got Russia, North Korea, Turkey, China, all of those people in the East, and all the Arabs, the Ishmaelites, who are going to rise up. This goes back to Revelation 17. And what we're seeing before is, why should people of Czechoslovakia, Poland, Germany, who were getting cheap oil and commodities from Russia, they changed everything. Why? Because Biden said, if Russia attacks Ukraine, there will be no more Nord Stream pipeline. They blew the damn thing up. And he told, and it didn't get held accountable. No one knows who blew up the friggin' pipeline. We cover that show after show after show. The end of the world is being set on the stage right now. And it's 2024. Captain Matt pulled that article from today at 4:24. This is real time, y'all. We ain't got time to play games. Revelation 17, verse is 11. Maybe it's 12 or something like that. Read 11 first.
The book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
And the beast that was and is not even in, I'm sorry. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th and is of the 7th and goeth into perdition.
Okay, nope. Get me 10 horns. Yes, 16. Yes.
Yes, sir. Verse 16. And the 10 horns.
No, get 15.
Verse 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest.
The waters which thou sawest. Remember, the great horse sit upon many waters. Read on.
Where the horse sitteth.
That's where America sits. They got bases in 845 that they disclose of. Read on.
Are peoples and multitudes,
right?
And nations and tongues.
One brother said that there are one country's leader said that they are satellites to the United States. Read on.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast.
What is that 10 horns? How were the 10 horns on the beast going to hate the beast they were a part of? Because the EU, those 10 horns were on the beast because when everything was good, they loved America's policy. What's going to make the horns that were attached to the beast hate the beast that it was on? Read on.
These shall hate the whore.
Why? Because of the policies that the U.S. pushes. They're going to the EU. It started with the Prime Minister of Albania said, there's 3 devils, one of them standing right next to me. In the room, another white man. The guy from Poland lit a menorah on fire. And the people are bringing this white man from Poland fire extinguishers to sign. They are sick and tired. The house of Esau is being divided right before our eyes. And if you paid attention to the farmers striking, why are they striking? Because of the policy that Senator John Kerry helped to write for the U.S. to push in England, to push in Europe. Farmers strikes all over. NATO got to go. 2022, before the war, everything. Europe is up in recession. They're going crazy over there. Taxes are through the roof. Prices are through the roof. I'm telling you. Read on.
And shall make her desolate and naked.
Right, and that's what's going to happen in the end. Go back to that, McGregor, and we're going to close out.
Their position in NATO as so much that they wouldn't risk it in an all-out war to seize control of Cyprus. But that goes away if the Israelis move in and start using those bases. At the same time, the European Union promised Turkey that at some point it would enter the European Union, but there was never any real intention to admit the Turks to Europe. And with the mass migration of Muslims out of the Middle East and North Africa into Europe, that's even less likely now. So the bottom line is, I think the next step in this war is an all-out war on the part of Israel and Hezbollah against each other. The very high probability that Iran will now move into the conflict.
Pause. Iran moves in because they're not going to let their brothers in Hezbollah. We read in 2nd Ezra 15. The Carmanians will join with, help me out, Mikhail, with the
Carmanians.
Right. The Carmanians are going to join with the dragons of Arabia. And that's prophetic. They're going to back up Hezbollah. As a result of that, if Turkey gets involved, guess what? Turkey, watch, he's going to say it. He's going to say it. Play on.
Friends in southern Lebanon, because I don't think they're going to stand by and allow Israel to destroy them. That brings in Russia, and that also opens the door to Turkey. And I think the Russians will tell the Turks, if you want to move on Cyprus, we'll support you, because we understand.
That was all I wanted. Just like they just signed yesterday, Wednesday, June 19th, a treaty, a pact, an alliance, a military alliance with North Korea. This is what they want you to see. How do you know that Turkey doesn't already have that with Russia? Why would he say that? He knows something that we don't know. All of these people are sitting back calm. They know Esau's got the power in America. They know she's the whore. They're all sitting back. They're waiting. They're biding their time. And they are going to form alliances. BRICS is a very subtle way to do it. And then this military alliance is happening along with the economic alliance with BRICS. And we're seeing it right before our eyes. So y'all, thank you for staying with us. We have a lot more to cover. Next week and the week after, you're going to see more and more. This is easy to do shows because there's always something going on in that region. Thank you for tuning in. All praise to the Most High. Lard back attack is next. Shalom.
Yeah, you can tell by my gait that I'm all in. You can tell by my faith that I'm all in. Front line with the truth, I'ma fall in. Even if it's a dead end, going all in. You can tell by the things I'm involved in. I can lose it all for my calling. If I die for the truth, it's a win-win. And going to the end, going all in. Going all in.
Hey, shalom, shalom, Israel. Most High and Christ bless. Welcome to another edition of Lard Back Attack. I'd like to start with talking my ish first. Hey, you fat back lard asses. Wait till men's conference comes up. You want to have a big fat body fat percentage? There's a standard coming. You lard backs are going to be on the bench, okay? I've been warning you for years. Shout out to Big Red and Urion. Great job. And Fatimaya. Part of this next poem is about you, Fatimaya. Now, can you turn the lights down? Okay. There's a reason why. I have a military song that I've actually made a poem, and I'm going to say parts of it now. The name of the poem is called Lard Work. Actually, the name of the military chant is called Lard Work. I've renamed it Dear Lardback, This Is For You. I'm going to try to get my poetic skills on. I don't care if none of you like it. Lard work, eating to win. Lard work, gluttony is a sin. Lard back, got a big old gut. He'll drop 100 at Pizza Hut. All his dainties, they've got to be sweet. But from a broccoli, that man retreat. The Arctic Circle, yes, he went there. He thought he was a polar bear with no hair. He can flow, yeah, he got bars. Three Musketeers, Hershey's, Mars. went to China and jumped in the sea. Next thing you know, a tsunami. Half an hour just to put on his socks, got suited up and didn't make it 2 blocks. Shout out to Fatimaya. I feel sorry for his Nikes and shoes. His air pockets, man, they're singing the blues. When it's hot, he gotta be cool. Jumps in and reduces the pool. They use 2 just to balance a ship. A wrong move and the boat will dip. Lard back, yeah, he went to the zoo. The walrus said, hey, man, come back to the crew. So that's my poem about lardbacks. And I can't wait till the men's conference where you fatback lard asses are going to get disappointed because you want to be disgusting and morbidly obese and obese. Now, pull the first video. That was poetic justice at its finest. Play the video. Now, shout out to Captain Amaziah. Also, I think Officer Micah posted this locally in New Orleans. What do we have here? Absolutely a morbidly obese, short, fat, round, probably 350 or more pounds of blubber. Morbidly obese for sure. What the lardback is doing is approaching an innocent civilian, eating some sort of bowl of, looks like chicken or something. And the lardback is coming from a flanked approach, and the gentleman sitting down does not see him coming. Perhaps it will be a successful surprise attack. Let us see. Those of you who have seen it already, well, you're going to have to watch it again. Play. Pause. Notice. There's a sigh of relief on the lardback's face. Why? He believes he has won the victory in stealing that man's food. But something that's going to happen next, showing you why it's bad to be a morbidly obese, fatback, lard, whale-gutted fat bear. Play on. Pause. Go back. I want to count the number of steps in his run, because he could sprint fast for about 1.5 seconds. Let's count the number of steps that the lardback is able to take before he wins out. Play. I got about 12. I think about 12. Now, watch what happens to the lardback. Wait, stop. Look at the man, all upset. What just happened? But does he get upset and panic, or does he realize? Play on. Notice he doesn't even take his time. He takes his time to get up. Moral of the story, you lard asses can't run for anything. And this was one of our beloved brothers on the quest. Okay? It was in the side of the ship, and he had a whole medical team. We almost had to get one of those military choppers to get him out because he's so friggin' heavy. He didn't make it 2 blocks. That's not a. So now, okay, we talk all that crap about you fat bears. Here's some solutions. And I'm telling you, brothers, got to get with the program. Go to the first guy. I like this guy. Eats 1 meal a day. OMAD, an acronym that stands for 1 meal a day. What you lardback fat bears want to do is eat 1 meal a day. Nothing outside the window except for non-caloric, non-sugar substitute drinks like black coffee, mushroom tea they make, okay, with no sugar, nothing. Black coffee, decaf coffee, carbonated mineral water, regular water, or just nothing at all. Nothing outside the window. That is the most important friggin' part. Now watch this short video.
Following the 1 meal a day diet today. So I've been fasting for 23 hours, and I'm gonna break my fast with this meal. Even though it's a low calorie day, I still wanna take in a lot of protein and good nutrition. So I'm gonna have 8 ounces of steak. That's gonna give me 50 grams of protein. I also have 4 ounces of wild-caught salmon. That's going to give me another 25 grams of protein. I cut up an avocado for potassium and fiber. I threw on top some blackberries just to make the meal really fun to eat. And I have some stewed tomatoes, which I love. Now to increase the protein.
So that right there is a healthy keto meal. But now you lard asses don't want to have, what did he say? Blackberries are keto, avocado's good, the meat is good, the wild-caught fish is good. You lard asses don't want a banana. You can't have a banana. And you can have the yogurt if it's fat is okay, but it cannot have any sugar in it. Okay, so this is a variation of a keto meal, and that's all you're gonna have. Okay, and not the banana lard asses. Play on.
Or for dessert, I'm gonna have a Greek yogurt, 120 calories, 15 grams of protein. I'm gonna cut up a banana, put it on top of the yogurt, along with a shot glass full of ground flaxseed. This is the perfect high protein.
Can't have flaxseed lard asses, and you can't have banana. You could have some strawberries or raspberries on that yogurt. That, when you do that, you fat back lard asses and you lose 100 pounds, you eat one meal a day, nothing outside the window, in 6 months you lose 100 pounds. You got some fat bears that are doing one meal a day and then they're cycling water fasting with salts and electrolyte powders in between. We got brothers in the program that have lost a lot of them lost 30 pounds in a month and a half or more. It just works. Just do it and shut the hell up. When you lose all the weight, then if you want to eat your maintenance calories, that's fine. You got to stay in ketosis, lard asses. Is that it on that? Beautiful.
A nutritious meal to eat when you're only eating one meal for the day.
Now, Dr. Berger, love this guy. Deacon Asaph told me about him about 9 years ago. This guy has helped a lot of people, and they're trying to get him shut off YouTube. He used to get millions of views. Now he only gets like a couple 100,000 views. This guy is thorough, very informative, and guess what? We can use the mammon of this world, use his information to help our people. Okay, I'm not plugging this guy. I'm going to use the information that's provided. And by the way, it's all biblical. Play.
From your 2 meals a day to 1 meal a day. That's called OMAD. Now, why is this so important? Well, you get 23 hours of fasting.
Pause. The other guy just talked about 23 hours with no uptake of food. So in a 1 hour window, you fat back, walrus-gutted lard asses are eating all your healthy keto food. It is literally the best thing you could do for your body. Just do it. 23 hours where your digestive system, your lymphatic system, your nervous system, all your respiratory, every system in particular, your digest gets a break, man. We're used to, the U.S. says, well, you're going to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's 3 meals. Then the word snack is an American word. Then you have snacks. Then you have dessert. All of these things, by the time the average American eats 5 times a day, that's 5 insulin spikes a day. That's wrong. A lot of you fat back lard asses that have pre-diabetes and insulin resistance, you can reverse it by eating 1 time a day. You're so ridiculous, and your fat over your brain stops you from learning about this stuff. Play on.
That's when the magic happens. When you transition from this 18 hours of fasting or 16 hours of fasting or 20 hours of fasting to 23 hours of fasting. That's huge. Your liver has a chance to really regenerate. Your entire digestive system has a chance to reset. The insulin receptors that have been so downgraded start becoming extremely sensitive. Your ketones start increasing by 3 times. And your body is finally becoming fat adapted to the point.
That's the whole point of this. How do you get fat adapted? This is what you got to understand. Fat is a solid state, right? Yes. So isn't a candle. A candle isn't a solid state. What makes the fat get metabolized or in a liquid state so that it can be uploaded and used for fuel? It's called ketosis. You got to light the candle of fat. You can't do it with freaking carbohydrates and sugars, lard ass. And you can't do it by eating multiple times. 1 time a day, healthy keto. Every brother that has done it and stepped to it has lost between 80 to 150 pounds. And the ones that do it right, they keep it off. Shout out to the fat rapper, Tazaria. He's kept it off. Okay, you got Soldier Joe Badiah, 120 pounds down, kept it off. He's below 22% body fat. Used to be about 42%. This man, and he's in his 50s. Anybody can do it. Anybody. And if we want to fix these portly princesses, and I don't talk stuff about sisters. I don't do that. I do not talk about you sisters because we'd be a hypocrite. We got all these fat lard-ass men walking around. How are we going to get on you? But in the next 2 years, when our men get it together, we coming for you. I'm telling you. So you princesses get it right now. So you ain't got to be on the receiving end because then you ain't got nothing to say. Right now you can blame. You ain't going to be able to blame. So with that, it's actually we started at 9:45. So we all right. I want two scriptures. Officer Michael probably knows what I want, but I want Sirach 38, verse 1 to 4 first.
The book of Sirach, chapter 38, verse.
Many of you say this. This dude talks about the same stuff all the damn time. Yes, I do. Because until I coined a phrase which I actually borrowed from the Bible and did a spin on it. I like it. I don't care if you don't like it. It's who will rise with me against the workers of obesity. Get it? It's kind of a play on Psalms. Who will rise? Same thing, but it's still lawful because we shouldn't have gluttony in our nation, which is obesity. They're synonymous. Read.
The book of Sirach, chapter 38, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Honor a physician with the honor due unto him.
Because physicians in the Bible of ancient times used herbs and food as the people's medicine. That's all I want. Jump to 4.
Verse 4. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth.
Why? Those are what the physicians use to heal the people. That's why holistic doctors, when they want to help you reverse insulin resistance, when they want you to help kill cancer, they say the absence of food heals. Hence, 1 meal a day, lard ass. Play on, read on.
And he that is wise
read on,
will not abhor them.
You're not going to hate the medicine that you need to take. Bitter herb is good for you. Bitter herb is good for you, lard ass. Read on. Okay, now, Sirach 31, 15 and 16. And the last scripture we done.
The book of Sirach, chapter 31 and verse 16. Eat as it becometh a man.
Men rule nations, men rule kingdoms. We also bring down kingdoms and divide kingdoms. Read it again.
Eat as it becometh a man.
Eat as it becometh a man. Men is going to change everything in IUIC. Everything is going to come through the men. Read on.
Those things which are set before thee.
You men have the choice. If you're single, you either cook for yourself or you order friggin' food from a restaurant. If you're married, same thing, or your woman, the wife, your wife cooks it for you. You shut everything down, set things in order, and make your mind up, and you will get healthy and lose the weight. It's just that simple. Once you decide to do it, anybody can do it. I don't give a damn. Oh, it's my thyroid. Shut the hell up. Black women are the worst ones about that. And you simp niggas actually believe that. No, she's got this. Bull BS. Everybody can. David Goggins lost 100 pounds in 3 months. Then the Navy SEAL guy that screams at everybody. He lost 100 pounds in 3 months. He don't got no stretch marks. Google him. Read on.
And devour not.
Don't be a damn pig like a damn wolf. Wolves eat like massive amounts of meat because the pack might not kill an elk for a week. So, of course, they got to wolf it down, lard ass. You can go to Arby's freaking 4 times a day if you wanted to. You're not in a situation with a wolf and a lion. They got to eat a truckload of meat because they don't know when they're going to eat again. That's why a lot of wolves, you don't see them. They die of starvation. Read on.
Least thou be hated.
Right. That's why I love making fat jokes. Nothing I can't stand worse than a big fat lard ass who makes excuse and is a big fat victim of his own stupid, terrible, first-rate world problem. Read on.
Leave off first for manner's sake.
1 meal a day, lard ass. Leave off from the food. Read on.
And be not unsatiable, lest thou offend.
That's a synonymous for gluttonous, lard ass. Read on.
When thou sittest among many.
So you're amongst many. Read on.
Reach not thine hand out first of all.
The lard back always grabbing the food first. Now you sitting around many, like I was doing on the quest. Nope, this is my breakfast. Black coffee and salt. Everybody else at the breakfast bar getting a bunch of food. Nope. I don't eat till the end of the day. You can do it too. If I can do it, you can do it. Read on.
A very little is sufficient for a man well nurtured.
All of us, even the guys that's in shape that don't need to lose weight, you would greatly benefit from eating less frequently. If you are in shape and got muscles and you're fit, you just need a lot more food in that window. That's all you got to do. And it's still better for you. Read on.
And he fetcheth not his wind short upon his bed.
Yeah, you're going to be less gassy and less issues with friggin' on both ends. Read on.
Sound sleep cometh of moderate eating.
And guys that are in shape and not fat, lard back, pre-hibernating, bear-looking fatbacks sleep better and get better with less sleep. Lard asses need about 10 hours of sleep, and it takes them four minutes just to get out of the bed. Whereas a guy that's fit, boom, he jumped out of bed 10 seconds, he's already freaking out of the house. See what happens when you lose the weight. Read on.
He riseth early.
Okay, we're done. I see we're losing brothers in the room. All right, with that, hey, I'm Captain Shem. Thank you for tuning in to Precept Upon Precept's Lard Back Attack. Shalom.
You can tell by my gait that I'm all in. You can tell by my faith that I'm all in. Front line with the truth, I'ma fall in. Even if it's a dead end, going all in. You can tell by the things I'm involved in. I can lose it all for my cause.
Hey, look, Israel, once again, it's that time. Put your brick in. Scan the QR code. Let us know how the broadcasting technology team doing. It takes about 5 minutes. It's real brief. Answer 5 questions. Give us your feedback. After you get finished doing that, give alms. You can give alms to Precept Upon Precept via PayPal at iuic.neworleans@israelunite.org. Also, y'all saw the Booster Club videos during the commercial break. Y'all saw the Quest videos. That's done through the Booster Club. That's y'all money being put to work. So continue to support the truth by giving to the Booster Club. You can do so via PayPal at iuic.fundraising@israelunite.org.
All right, Israel, thanks again. It's been a while. We're back. Thank you. Let us know some things that we do right and wrong. I know that a lot of times we weren't speaking to the mic. They said they want to hear more Officer Michael with the Watchman report. So we hear feedback. We want to do more. Let us know if you got ideas for topics. Really, it's the topics are presenting themselves for us. All praise the Lord. Look, we should be getting Officer Yasa back into the rotation on some of the Thursdays. Remember, he was with us, him and Brother Ethan, about 5 years ago. Lord's will, Officer Yasa will be back in the building on the panel. We're just going to make some room. That's all we're going to do. We're going to keep the same 4. We're going to throw Yasa in, and we're going to make it, because we are going to go back and do a series on the Dark Ages. We got books and all that. We keep our word. So thank you for staying with us. It's late. With that, we are your host. I'm Captain Shem.
Captain Matt.
Officer Mikael.
Officer Micah.
In my tired, short-winded salute, we say shalom.
Shalom.
There's a special place that I like to go when nobody's home, to increase my understanding, my daily bread.